Welcome back. We will be looking at how BPR can actually help organizations and what kind of challenges organizations may feel when they are trying to implement radical redesign and fundamental rethinking and introduce those into their organizations. It generally encourages a long term strategic view because you wouldn't go for such a major change without really looking far ahead. BPR revolves around customer needs. As I said, it's you start by looking at customer satisfaction and you want to establish sustainability in that process. Generally, it does when you are looking to improve something, it does allow organizations to make bring in more autonomy, more freedom to the employees, because you want to improve, right? And part of improvement is improving autonomy. There's more flexibility offered to make decisions to ensure that customers needs are taken care of. So whatever new processes you are embedding within your business through that BPR exercises, you will generally make sure that those processes allow your staff to make decisions that help customer satisfaction improvements. It will also definitely, I mean, you wouldn't go for it unless it's going to make things cheaper or more value adding. So maybe even if it's more expensive, you might be able to increase your prices drastically, make more money. So in some way, both financially and reputationally, non-financial terms, because when customers needs are taken care of, obviously your reputation is going to go up. But from a financial sense also, you will need to reap the benefits of that. And generally, BPR is also used as a means of eliminating unnecessary non-value adding activities and processes out of your company. However, um, and also another requirement is that you will need to consider the BPR exercises, how it's working, and make sure that the staff is trained, reorganized, and kind of calibrated to make sure that the BPR exercise actually succeeds post implementation, and the necessary support is also provided for them to continue adapting to whatever changes you've implemented. So that brings us to some of the issues that you can face with BPR. Additional costs, of course, you will have to retrain staff, new systems, major investments, decline in morale, because there's always resistance to change across people, across companies. And BPR is like radical redesign, fundamental rethinking, so the change resistance is going to be bigger. That can be an issue which will result in staff demotivation. It can also cut out the middlemen, because you are getting rid of maybe unnecessary processes. You know that there are a lot of companies who have 3,000, 5,000 employees, that they don't really need that many people, but it's just a means of, I don't know, maybe feeding more people. So it might serve a benefit. But in a BPR exercises, you might, in an effort to cut down costs, you might actually get rid of some of the unnecessary non-value adding components, leading to people having to leave, etc. This can cause issues, and it can also mean that important cogs of communication and coordination are lost, because most processes are functioning well because of this seamless communication that happens, and people who really understand the processes. So if you get rid of that kind of people out of wrong move just because you want to save some amount in salaries, that can cause issues. Generally, it utilizes outsourcing. So BPR can be getting rid of an entire in-house team. You want to outsource your IT, that can be BPR, because you're just slowly pushing them out, slowly outsourcing your work, maybe finance or accounting or whatever, which happens a lot. In many cases, business processes were not redesigned but merely automated. So, though we say that BPR is radical redesign and it's a big change, but most of the time it's just bringing technology in, automating, getting rid of people, etc. So, it might not actually serve the main purpose of what it was meant to do. And some people, or sometimes it may seem a little backward looking, because what is happening is that most of the time you're looking at something that is already going on or already happened, and you're trying to improve it. And this approach to looking at changing might actually hinder innovation, because if someone is completely, they have a revolutionary idea which doesn't even come close to what's going on now, and you know how many of those ideas have really stick, like the Apple iPod, right? So unless you really have such a revolutionary idea, and convincing one for organizations to adapt, which will have to be done in an entirely different way, What BPR does is looking at what's going on and trying to improve it radically, all that. So that approach might not work. So I think it's good to have some flexibility in innovation as well. If you want to understand the way BPR works, these are the 8 steps generally. Understanding the existing processes, identifying processes for redesign, then you identify the change levers. That is, levers is essentially what points within that process are you going to change. Then implement the new process, basically make the change, make the process operational, evaluate the new process. You can apply ongoing continuous improvement while you gather data and intelligence. And for that, for the new system you've aligned, you realign your vision and objectives if and as necessary. So this is how you can look at BPR, and we wrap that component up. Also, we wrap the um, chapter on that note. Let's if you look at it, we've looked at many aspects in terms of business structure and performance management, different organizational structures, complex structures, service industry, business integration, and business process reengineering. I'll see you in a different video. Good luck and thank you.